Boom, we are so caught in the simulation, it makes me sick to my stomach. Luckily, I have a six-pack, so I can fight off sickness easily. Now, this episode is like a triple redemption episode. I'm going to tell everyone why after we address who else is in the room. First off, who is engineering the episode? Alex, I'll see you at the motherfucking Zuvi, brother. Who else is here? All the way from Everett, Massachusetts. The Riot Shield, right? You got two names. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to the snake pit. I'll keep you safe here, but only for so long. Now on my right, camera left. So in the history of this podcast, there's been about, I would say, 8 to 9 episodes that have not aired. The most notable one was actually with a huge Boston artist that showed up high as hell on Percocet. And then his label hit me up. This is early days. Label hit me up and said, yo, there's no way we can air that. And I was like, bet, because it was a terrible interview. But I do have that on a hard drive somewhere. If you want to ask me about who it was after, I'll tell you. But our guest and myself ran this episode in a different studio about 2 weeks ago. Then last week, there was a miscommunication and we didn't run it. So this is our third attempt. So it's not really as much of an interview as it was the first time. But it's more like, yo, what's up, my boy? You know what I'm saying?
We made it happen, man.
We're here. So on my right, camera left, is Sean Mula.
What's going on, bro?
Welcome back, brethren.
Thank you, man. The studio's better. This was meant to be.
This is Snake Pit vibes.
And after the first interview, I was like, man, there's a few things that I left out that like I wish I had told you about or said in the interview. So I'm happy, man. This is going to be fire.
Okay, sweet. Now, before we move on, can you give a quick synopsis of who you are and what you do? I already know, but.
Yeah. I work in the music industry. I manage talent, artists, producers under my own company, Mula Group. And then I also do A&R at Johnny Shipes' label, Cinematic Music Group. And yeah, that's it, man. I just make plays and make incredible music.
But where are you from?
I'm from, well, out here I'd say Boston, you know what I mean? But no, I'm from Westwood, Massachusetts.
Why, Troy? Were you familiar with Westwood? First thoughts on Westwood when it comes to mind? Nothing sticks out? There's one big-ass company from Westwood. They have a big factory there. Who is it? Oh, 47 brand makes all their hats there, right?
I didn't know that.
You know those baseball hats, the 47
No,
hats?
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Am I right on that, or am I cooked? Okay. Anyway, well, yeah, so, dude, after the last interview, you kept saying the name Johnny Shipes.
Yeah.
Like it was like this huge, like monumental name in your life, and you kept bringing it up. And then I had no idea who it was, but then I've been seeing like that dude's name everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Johnny Shipes is a legend.
So you work at his label?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Johnny Shipes found Nipsey Hussle, Joey Badass, Sean Kingston, Flip De Niro, Yungeenace. I'm probably leaving some out. He manages Drewski, founded the Smokers Club, founded Cinematic Music Group. He's just a legend and the first person in the industry to like appreciate my ear and give me a shot. So
now, how did you link up with him in the first place?
I was in Brooklyn at the time, and I was at a sports bar called Carmine's watching the Celtics game. And I see Static Selecta,
Boston legend,
Boston legendary producer, and I see someone else with a Cinematic Records jacket. And he goes outside, and this has always been my attitude. I'm like, I got a network. So I go outside, I introduce myself. I'm like, yo, Cinematic is my favorite label. Like, I knew them from having like Smoke DZA and Joey Badass and All Pro era. And he was like, and this happened to be Cousin Todd, rest in peace. This was Johnny's cousin, who was just like a legend also in his own right. And he just plugged me in from there. I was like, yo, I am interning at Republic Records, but like Cinematic is so fire. Like, I'd love to intern for y'all. And he made the intro for me and basically put me into that, that system. And then from there, I climbed my way to become an A&R.
No, this is the second time you've told me you've like hustled like this. What was the first story last time? Like you showed up outside the guy's Corvette and you were like, that was out here.
Yeah. I gotta go further back before I tell that.
Why don't we start? Let's do what we did last time and start all the way back. So you were making music in Boston when you started.
Yeah.
You were making your own music at Northeastern. Why don't we start there?
Even before, I was making music in middle school. I was rapping,
GarageBand?
Producing. No, I had Logic Pro.
Damn, so you were ahead of the game.
Yeah, I was like, I need that next level. But I was doing shows at the Middle East, opening up for like local people and not local. But yeah, bro, I just love music. And then the first like gig I had, I was in college, did my freshman year of college, and I was like, I'm going to go to LA to try to network and, find my way into the industry. And so I road trip Boston to LA.
Did you take I-80?
I don't know what I took. We took a fun ass route.
Really?
I've driven from Boston to LA 3 times.
Okay. So have you done like the Iowa, Nebraska route?
No, that's like the northern route. That's like the only route I haven't done.
That's what I did when I got
I went middle of the country and then took the southern route.
Cool.
But I was staying at one of my homies in college's like guest room in Santa Monica, and I got a gig running social media for a independent film company that was doing like a documentary on the Iroquois lacrosse. So just like anything I could to be entertainment, right? And go out, try to network. And one night I was going to the W hotel rooftop, like whatever, to just party, right? And I told one of my boys, I was like, yo, if you see me talking to any girls, I need you to come up to me and ask, like act like I'm a big deal. You know what I mean? So night's going on. I start talking with the DJ because I want to get him to play my record. And my friend sees me, and he comes over. He's like, yo, are you Sean Mula? No way, bro. I have to take a picture with you, and hands his phone to the DJ. And the DJ's like, who the fuck is this guy? And so he takes the picture, and he's like,
Genius.
Yo, do you want to chill at my table? Like, I got bottles. I'm like, yeah, for sure. So I'm chilling. And this person happened to be the DJ TJ, who I still work with to this day. Has his own shop in downtown called Sold Out Society, fire thrift shop, makes his own clothes. But anyways, I'm with the DJ TJ, and I end up setting up a meeting with him because I'm like, okay, I just met someone. Let's set up a meeting. And I set up a lunch meeting with him in Hollywood probably a few weeks later. And he's running late to the meeting. I'm just chilling at my meter. And I'm on the phone with someone. And I see this like fire Mercedes park in front of me. And after he leaves his car, it kind of processes with me because I was like, he looks familiar. And I see the license plate. It says Ski-Matic. And I'm like, yo, DJ Ski just parked in front of me. I gotta call you back. So I'm like, okay, I look at his meter. He probably has like 45 minutes on there. I'm like, okay, I can wait 45 minutes. So I'm waiting for DJ Ski to come back. And I knew DJ Ski from hosting like Nipsey Hussle and The Game mixtapes. So I waited for him to come back, probably an hour, maybe hour and a half. He gets back to his car. I just tell him like, yo, I make music. Can I send you my music? I'd also intern whatever I can do. And then he gives me an internship at his company, Dash Radio, which happens to be the building that's across the street from where we're at right now with the big Nipsey mural.
Oh, really?
And so I ended up interning there for free for about 8 months. I was working at Fat Sal's to try to live out here while I was interning for free. And eventually, because I was intern there for so long, they gave me a chance to do a pilot. And I started my own radio show there called, first it was called The Kickback, then we called it Hella Clout. And the DJ TJ that I met at the W, I was like, yo, come be a host with me on this show. And so we were interviewing like upcoming rappers, skateboarders, porn stars, like whatever, just like kind of like no jumper type style interviews, but we were just doing our thing, and it was like a great way for me to continue to network and, you know, build my network. So I was just doing everything, man. Me and TJ then started doing music videos. We did like the very early music videos for Young Gravy. I was producing the videos. He was directing them.
What year is this?
This was, I was probably like a sophomore, maybe a third year in college. So 2017. Yeah, around 2017.
Young Gravy's been doing stuff forever.
Yeah, this was early Young Gravy. So I set up Young Gravy's first interview ever. He didn't even show what his face looked like. Yeah, like nobody knew what he looked like. But he had this like cult fan base from SoundCloud.
Really?
Yeah. And I think I did his first interview ever where he did show his face. It's on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
You interviewed him?
I interviewed him, me and TJ.
Okay.
Him and Baby No Money.
Let me ask you a question. When you're running your show back then, what skills have you taken from running an interview show with you today? Do you think it made you a better conversationalist?
Yeah, I'm sure. You gotta like.
It's also different than brag. Like sometimes I'm out, I catch myself interviewing people. They're like, "Yo, relax, bro." You know
What you
I'm
mean? Oh, just like out.
We'll be at dinner. I'm like, "Yo, so tell me about your parents."
Yeah, I feel like you just have to fill the dead space, and you have to learn not to talk over people. That's probably the most important shit. But I don't think like I'm not like it wasn't like my niche. You know what I mean? I was just doing anything I could to work in music.
Mm-hmm.
That was not like my thing. When I eventually after that, I got an internship working at Republic Records, interning at Republic Records in the A&R department. And that's when it like clicked for me, like, this is what I love. Like, I have to become an A&R. And they say an A&R is the hardest job to get, easiest job to lose. Because there's so many factors that play into like an artist's success that are beyond your control. So if you don't find something that like that moves or that gets hot, it's like, see you later. Nice try.
I think similar, the term film producer is like almost synonymous with A&R. It can mean so many different things. Can you kind of just explain what that means and exactly what you do?
So I'll just kind of describe the A&R process.
Can you also grab the mic and just move it? Just like, yeah.
Closer? Is this better?
See your face. There you go.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll just describe like the A&R process. So like first, you're a scout and you're trying to find talent, right? Then you find an artist that you love and you try to sign them. Offer them a deal, put the deal together. Sometimes there's different labels that are also courting the artist, so you have to, get them to go with you. Once the deal's done, you have an artist signed, you A&R their projects. A&R stands for artist and repertoire. So now you're helping them put together their music. So putting them in the studio with songwriters, producers, finding the mixing engineer, the mastering engineer, basically bringing the album to the complete project. Clear all the beats, clear all the side artists, the features, until it's ready to be delivered to the team to then go and market. And then I'm also still, even after the music is finished, I'm helping like pick out release dates, giving my little input on the cover art and music videos. And you still see it all the way through the other process, but you also got to kind of let the other members of the team like, okay, you can source video treatments and you can figure out his PR and whatever, but it's really focused on the music, like really putting together projects and completing them. So that's what A&R is.
Now, how did you develop this skill set?
I think like,
because bro, that kind of seems like one of the jobs you like. The only way to really learn it is if you get a job doing it. I'm sure as a manager you kind of understood in some of your experience as an artist, but
no, I think it's because I was making music. So I knew about booking studio sessions. I knew about the recording process. I made beats. I could tell you like, okay, yeah, this 808 needs to be a little louder, or this vocal sounds distorted. We need to clean it up, or we need it to sound brighter. I knew all these terms because I was making music all since middle school. So that shit really prepared me for like the musical process. And I I guess other people just have to kind of learn it as they go. I was pretty surprised when I'll never forget. I was in a marketing meeting. I was working in digital marketing because I took any job I could. When I first got to cinematic, I took a job doing digital marketing because I was like, I got out of college. I was like, I need to work in the music industry, and that's the job I could get. So I was a digital marketer, and I remember one of the A&Rs asked, "What is a 2-track?" And I was like, "Wait, you're an A&R? You don't know what a 2-track is?" A 2-track is when you record over the beat and you don't have all the separate files. So you don't have like the drums and the melody and the bass all separated. You're just recording over the beat file.
Got it.
But I always knew
no stems.
No stems, correct. But I just knew all those terms, and like it's not crazy to me anymore, but you know, it's like you have to learn those things. So some people learn it as they go, but definitely making music, like for sure, helped me with all that.
Now, when you're running the radio show across the street here,
yeah,
and you're at Fat Sal's,
yeah,
what are you flipping for sandwiches back then, man? Like, what were you known for in that Fat Sal's?
I wasn't making sandwiches.
Oh shit!
I was on the register.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, Mr. Moneybags.
Yeah.
You're just touching that green.
But bro, Fat Sal's plays all hip hop music.
Really?
It's all rap music. That's why I wanted to work there, and I got a free Fat Sal sandwich every time I worked a shift. And Fat Sal sandwich is like you get like a steak and cheese with French fries, mozzarella sticks, and chicken fingers all on it. It's crazy.
Dude, love food, man.
Dude, I love that type of shit, and I try not to eat it anymore. But like,
what did you have when we got in West Hollywood? You had something elaborate.
When?
It was some breakfast burrito. When I first met you.
Oh yeah, we went to Dialogue. That was just a breakfast burrito. Nothing crazy, but it has spicy ketchup, so it's fire.
How much bread do you think you spend on food a month?
$3,000.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Dead ass. How many times do you go out to eat to dinner a week?
Once or twice.
Okay.
Like fine dining.
Okay.
You know, I'll spend like
a little Uber Eats money though too, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to do better. Well, okay. My kitchen is under construction right now. So I used to love, I still do, I love cooking. But I can't really cook as much because I don't have a kitchen. All I have is a grill. So I love grilling too. I'll throw some sausages and burgers or grilled chicken or whatever. But yeah, I'm spending a lot more money without a kitchen. So that's probably why it's so high. Like,
now, was your lifestyle like this before you started making the bag? Like,
hell no.
When did you start like spending money more like liberally?
When I made my first $100,000, and I was like, what the fuck? Like my first job in the music industry, I was making $35,000 a year. And I had to do like marketing campaigns and shit on the side to like, cause I was living in New York. You can't live in New York for $35,000 a year. So I was still like, I was managing Bankroll Got It. I was doing marketing campaigns on the side to still like try to live. So I was probably making a little bit more than that. But I wasn't making a lot. And then, yeah, Bankroll Got It, did their publishing deal with Sony, which was like an amazing moment for me.
But you pushed that through.
Yeah. And yeah, that was the most money I'd ever seen in my life. Like I'd never seen 6 digits before. And I was like, this is crazy. And I just balled out, bro. This was right during COVID. I was like, I'm going to Miami, like boats, like chicks, like just tables, strip clubs, like balling out, bro.
You just wanted to live that life.
Bro, I lived the life that like rappers rap about. I love going to the strip club. I love eating like fine dining. You know why I love the strip club? It's like, it's not like the girls are a plus, but when I'm at the club, I just want to sit down, drink my drink, and hear rap music. I want to hear like the real shit. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear like, I don't want to hear T-Pain. I don't want to hear
Tory
like
Lanez?
I shouldn't even say T-Pain because T-Pain's amazing. But like, I don't want to hear like early 2000s fucking hits. Is what I mean.
Stuff.
I want to hear new, like what's playing in the hood right now. Like what's really moving in my city. I want to hear like the real, like relevant rap music. So that's why I love the strip club. And then the girls is a plus.
And your girl's cool with that?
Yeah, my girl doesn't mind if I go to the strip club. I've gone to the strip club with my girl a few
Really?
times. Yeah.
Where do you go around here? What's the club?
Probably Crazy Girls.
I've heard that in a song.
Yeah.
What song is that?
Mad songs.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
popular.
It's a poppin' spot.
Is that in Hollywood?
Yep.
Okay.
It's
like I'm out west at Crazy Girls, something at 1 a.m.
cashing out the ATM.
Some shit like that. Was
Something
that Lil
like
Wayne?
that. I don't remember.
Whatever.
But it's in a lot of songs. It's like the spot out
It's
here.
the go-to.
Yeah.
You ever been to a Massachusetts strip club?
Yeah, like once.
Don't recommend.
Nah, I would never do it again.
Well, Trey, what about you? You been to a strip club in Massachusetts? In Providence, right?
Oh yeah.
They're popular in Providence.
Yeah.
The Foxy Lady.
Yeah.
That's where you met your girlfriend, right? Oh, my bad, bro. My bad. So, you're hustling at Fat Sal's.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the way, you inked that 100K deal.
No. That's further down the line.
Okay. But at that point, we talked about this last time.
And the deal was more than 100K. That's what I made.
I know. You cash in the 100K.
Right.
We talked about this last time. What does that do, like, confidence-wise for you? Because you're 24 at the time, right?
Yeah, I think like that was the moment because first off, when I went to college to study music business, everybody was like, there's no money in music. Everybody was stealing music at the time. Like Napster was big. Like Spotify was not really a thing yet. You know, they hadn't figured out the whole streaming platform. So I always went into music thinking I wasn't going to make any money, but I'm going to just do what I love. And luckily I had like a mother and father that really supported, like, go and do what you love to do. So when I finally got like a bag, it was like, this is fire, bro. Like now it like opens your eyes to like, I can really make some serious money and make some serious moves in this industry. And for years, like even I was managing artists all through college. Like I was always trying to get the people that I was managing a record deal or a publishing deal, and to finally get a publishing deal, like finally sign with Sony, which is the #1 publishing company in the world, the biggest. It was like, I'm here. I fucking did it. And my ego, yeah, it definitely was like, it's like reassurance that this can really happen. Like, you know, it opens your eyes to the possibilities of like what you can really achieve, because you sometimes like you have to do it before you can, you know, believe.
Now, how long between that $100,000 deal and your next deal? How long was the gap? Like your next major deal?
2 years.
But you were making little deals along the way, or you just made the 100K stretch?
I was still making money. I still had, I still got commissions from selling beats from all my clients, and I still have a salary at Cinematic. So I'm still making money. I'm not like strictly commission, but the commissions are like, that's like the bag, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Closing a big deal is the bag.
Yeah. So yeah, it was probably, I'm trying to think. Yeah, that I got like another big ass commission like that. It was probably like 2 years.
But what did that initial deal do for your career? Like, did people start respecting you as a successful manager at that point? Like,
I think so. But there's more than that. A lot of getting people's respect in this industry, I think, is just building your network. And when you speak about me with like other people in the music industry, I think most people in that room, if not everyone in that room, knows who I am. And that's when you're respected. When everybody knows, like, oh yeah, Sean, he does this, and that, and he has this client, and yada yada. That's when you're respected. It's not about closing the deals per se, because not everybody knows like what deals I've closed and how much money I've made. They might see the dinners that I go, but
I know that no bull ain't cheap, brother.
yeah. But no, I really think it's about just building your network and having a good reputation when your name is spoken on.
See, you seem like you have levity and you're calm. I'm total opposite. And a lot of people are always like, yo, Irish Hercules, you got to play the long game here, brother. It's a long life. I have a really hard time doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Are you like long-term minded, or are you like, we got to attack on a daily basis?
Well, if you have long-term goals, you have to attack on a daily basis. You have to put in work every day. Like every day, I'm like, okay, what else can I do? Like even if I nail everything on my to-do list, because yeah, I think my goals are so much more long-term now.
Really?
It's just like, it's about just bettering my lifestyle and getting to where I want to be, really. At the simplest thing, but I have tons of like goals.
What's your 6-month goal right now? Is it purely financial?
Within 6 months, yeah, it's pretty financial. I want to. Where does 6 months bring us?
2023 February.
Okay, by like March of next year, I want to buy like an incredible property in LA. That's one of like my main goals right now. I really want to get a house. I go on Zillow a few times a week. I'm going to open houses. I'm figuring out how much money I have to pay in taxes this year to qualify for a higher mortgage. That's one of like my biggest goals. In the end, like how much money do I need to make to put down? How much more money do I need to make if I want to get to a higher price range?
Yeah, you have a different mindset than I do, and I think that having purely financial goals is incredibly beneficial for dudes our age, because it's so clear. It's like, all I got to do is go make $300K this year. What do I have to do to go do that?
Yeah.
I'm sure that serves you on a daily basis if like you're purely money minded.
Yeah. Because now I'm like, I'm just looking at other ways. Because you can say, I want to make $500,000 or I want to make $1 million this year. But then you have to think about, okay, well, how much money can I make doing this? And then if I'm only going to make $300K, how can I make an additional $200K in another avenue? So now I think I'm going to get my real estate license as like a side hustle, because I just want to make like an extra 100, 150 a year. And because I just said 100, 150, that's the most I'll make. You have to like open your mind to what you could possibly make, because if in your mind you're like, I really want to make 300K, you're not going to make more than 300K.
See, I think this is an important conversation for Boston artists and people from Boston specifically, because I never had financial goals like this until I got out here, and your appetite changes once you start being around it. Do you agree?
Yeah. Because you just see $5 to $20 million houses everywhere. You look up at the hills, and all those houses are at least $2.5 million. And in back home, if you can buy like $1 million house, that's fire. But that doesn't get you shit out here. So when you come out here and you see all this money and you go to places and you just see like, I don't even know, bro. You just see so much. Like, how much does that car cost? And you try to do it in your head, like, okay, how much money would I need to make to get that and the house I want? But also, I don't know, like, this is all very materialistic, which like.
But I think they're good goals to have.
Yeah.
They're clear, and it gives people a reason to drive.
And you have to excel in your career to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So
like the system works, bro. Capitalism works.
Yeah.
Like truthfully. But I mean, why try? I think this is a good lesson. Like before I got out here, bro, like never had money goals. And then you start being around people and you're like, yo, I got it. Like I can bench way more than this dude, bro. I could do fit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you're like, yo, I've been working harder than these people forever. Then you get out here and you're like, yo, like this shit is really possible. You felt that when you came out here, right?
Oh, definitely.
More so out here than New York?
Well, I think that was one of the moments, like when you were asking me earlier, like what did closing a big deal do for me? That was a moment where it was like, that shit is possible. Mm-hmm. Like if I can make that much money. But another thing that really inspires me, bro, is I really like interior design and like art and shit. So I'm like constantly looking at furniture and different styles of houses and interior designs and just like trying to like see how I can achieve like my dream house. But my dream house is really like it's like artistic. Like I really want to have like there's art. I love different artists and I want to have like art on the walls and I want to have like a certain style of furniture. And I'm like, yeah, I want to have a kitchen with black cabinets and black countertops and then have these color wood floors. How much does it cost to redo the floors in a house? And I want to have like, what do I want my yard to look like? That shit is what like is really inspiring me right now. Is I want to have my dream house like architecturally.
So you visualize what your dream house looks like.
Yeah, but I'm like really visualizing it too because I'm looking at houses on Zillow and I'm like, okay, what could I do with this? And then I'm going on Pinterest and I'm like mid-century modern living room and I'm taking screenshots. I'm like, I like this and that. And that's just me personally. That's kind of like one of the things too. That's like, it's not about I need to, if so-and-so can get this, I need to get that. It's like, this is what I want. This is what I like. This is, yeah.
What are your thoughts on manifestation?
100% real. Manifestation is like, do you know what metaphysics is?
I've dabbled.
So metaphysics means beyond physics. And it's basically the concept that explains like prayer, affirmations, manifestation. It's like if you put those, we're a part of the universe, and if you put those thoughts into the universe is going to react to your thoughts or the energy that you're putting into the universe. So like if you believe in God, which I do, and you are praying, it's the same exact concept. You're like putting that energy out there to then receive energy back. But it's reinforced when you have a plan and it's more visual and it's more descriptive. Like just saying, I want to make however much money is not very descriptive. It's like the first step, but like, what are the steps you're going to take? What are your estimates? What are your, just
you
details.
Reverse engineer it.
Yeah.
So how much do you want to make?
Over $500,000 a year. I think I already know how much I'm going to make this year, but next year I want to make over $500,000.
Well, we'll run an episode in a year, man. I'm going to check your bank account.
Let's do it.
Hope it doesn't all go to Nobu, brother.
But I really want to have that house next year, so hopefully that's what I have next time we talk.
So hopefully you're broke next time we talk.
Yeah.
You spent it on a house. Now, where are you looking, in the hills? No,
not necessarily.
Is your boy still out here, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah. I just saw a house that was fire in Echo Park that I was like, I want that. I'm going to the open house tomorrow.
Oh, bro, know what you have to go to? I went there with my shorty the other day. Some fried chicken place in Echo Park. Have you heard of it?
No.
Kai's Kitchen? Oh, we'll figure it out afterwards. You'd be all over it.
Is it Korean fried chicken?
No. It's just the only thing they serve is one type of beer and fried chicken. So, like, very LA.
Okay.
But you would love it.
Yeah, no, I got to try it. I love new restaurants, bro.
Really?
I love new restaurants.
What's your go-to out here?
Bro, I'm always trying to go to new spots, but I really love Republique.
So you're just saying, yeah.
You don't have to just go there for like a fine dining dinner. You can, and it's like incredible. But you could also, it's also just a cafe during the day, and you can pull up and with your laptop or whatever, and just have like a fire little brunch, breakfast, and it's just unbelievable. Like it's definitely my favorite restaurant in LA. Other than that, I could name a bunch of spots, but I also know all the spots for like subs and pizza.
What's that place in Santa Monica that you were trying to go to over there?
Bay Cities.
Yeah, Bay Cities. That shit's crack. I've had that before.
You get the Godmother with the works at Bay Cities, and it's like the best Italian sub you can get. And when I lived in Brooklyn, I tried to find a better sub.
Really?
Can't do it, man. It's the best.
Bro, have you ever heard of this place? Watch, you might have heard of it. Master Walk. Yeah, you know Master Walk. Okay. Yes, it's 5-star. It's in like every food court in America, bro. I'm making a joke, dude.
I'm like,
yeah, of course you've been there. You were there yesterday, probably. What'd you have before this? Subway. Now, what's better? Subway or Fat Sal's?
Fat Sal's for sure.
Subway is gas, though, bro. It is good.
You get the right one, I'm telling you. You get like little number 7, the Mexican Chipotle, fire.
It'll do the job, but it's like if you're gonna go and get a sub, just go to Bay Cities or go to Giada's.
Okay, Giada's.
You like Giada's? You been there? All right, Giada's
This
with
is his first time in LA.
First time out here, player.
Giada's with 2 G's, and you're gonna get the spicy P. It's a spicy chicken parm. You like chicken parm?
I can do it.
I mean, they also have like a great Italian sub, but like get the spicy P, and you'll never go back to Subway, bro. You're gonna be like, now we gotta go to Giada's.
I'm in Boston. I'm definitely coming more,
I can tell you the pizza spots out here too.
All right, we get it. You like food, bro. What'd you eat before this?
Nothing.
Oh shit, you're really an alpha.
I want to be here on time.
Oh, you gotta starve yourself.
And I was like,
You're fasting.
should I go to Starbucks? I was like, nah, I gotta be on time.
Oh, you get the breakfast at Starbucks.
Yeah, get a
Holy shit.
turkey bacon.
Oh,
The turkey bacon egg white sandwich with you gotta get the sriracha with it.
You get a little frappuccino over there too.
No. I don't drink coffee.
You don't?
I drink these, bro.
Yeah.
I shouldn't actually. I'm not even gonna shout them out because I reached out for a sponsorship and they didn't give it to me. So like, blur that out if that was in the video. Fuck that. But I love.
You're still drinking their product, bro.
Yeah. No, I actually buy cases on Amazon.
Do you?
Yeah, because they wouldn't sponsor me.
My energy drink sponsor is Noco. Shout out to those guys.
Shout out to Noco.
Thank you for sponsoring the Zuvi. It's actually an interesting company, interesting business model. They found out that most of the chemical ingredients in their energy drink can also be used in a protein bar. Just the purely chemical ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
So they make both an energy drink and a protein bar. And they're separate brands. There's Noco and Bear Bells.
Are they Boston based?
They're not.
Oh.
They're in Santa Monica.
Okay. Fire.
I got one in the car. We can all
Is it
communally sip it after this.
Is it coffee?
Pause. What?
Is it like coffee?
No, it's like a clean Red Bull.
Okay, nice. I need a new caffeinated tea that's gonna sponsor me, so I don't have to drink this anymore.
You're looking at the wrong guy.
No, I'm not. You're the sponsorship king, man.
But I'm the coffee king.
Oh yeah,
not the tea prince.
bro. You can dibble in. You don't even drink, and you just got like fucking 5 alcohol sponsors.
Don't tell them that, okay? Some of them haven't signed the contract yet. Like, yeah, I love your product. Let me get some of that, man.
Yeah, shout out Patron.
Shout out to Patron for sure. Okay, so you come out here, things are good. Now, anyone who's a young manager in the game or trying to do what you do, how did you initially get in contact with Bankroll Got It to go sign him?
I was in college And one of my friends was off doing an internship in San Francisco, and he met. So Bankroll Got It is two brothers. There used to be a third brother who's younger than both of them, who's no longer active in the production group, but he was at the time. And he started talking with my friend, and my friend sent me his beats. And I listen to everything that people send me. Like, most is not good. And I can't believe people send it to me, but I still listen to everything that people send. So I listened, I was like, this is fire. I had just finished my internship at Republic Records. So I got on a call with them. I was like, yo, I want to manage you guys. I know A&Rs at Republic. I do a radio show with up and coming artists. Like, I can get your beats out. And they were like, sure, like, we'll do a non-exclusive agreement with you, and you can take a percentage on the things that you place. And I was like, bet, like, that's fire. And I was setting up little sessions with up and coming artists and just like really hustling, like anything I could do to get them in the studio or get their beats out. And
Why did you believe in them initially?
I just liked their beats, and it was an opportunity. And I ended up, I had a friend. It's always friends, you know what I mean? So I had another friend that had a job at Alamo Records, and I pulled up on him. He let me in the building. I ended up meeting Micah, who was Lil Got It's A&R at the time. And I got him beats. And from that, I placed The Real Hood Babies by Lil Got It, which was like a super hot record in Atlanta, playing at Magic City all the time. Like, it was just like a really hot underground rap record. And that allowed Bankroll to then be at that level where they could DM like Sway Lee and be like, yo, we made The Real Hood Babies. Like, I want to send you beats. And he'd like send his email back. Or like just had artists reaching out because it was such a unique beat. And from there, I told Bankroll, I was like, I want to manage you exclusively. I want to be your manager. Like, look at all the opportunities that I'm now bringing. Like, you know, they'll say to this day, I was the only person. Like, they had probably 10 different people with that non-exclusive management contract out shopping their beats, and I was the only person that was like making plays and busting my ass. And so they gave it to me. They're like, yeah, like, be our manager. And that I started the non-exclusive shit when I was probably a junior in college. I still manage them to this day. And they're like, it's a blessing to work with them, bro. Like, they are the best producers in the world. Like, and their biggest records are yet to come. So, yeah, that shit is incredible.
Now, how much of their success do you attribute to yourself? And you can be somewhat selfish in this. Like, I think sometimes managers don't take enough credit.
I feel like
I know you don't want to sound like, yo, like, I made these dudes. I know you don't want to sound like that. But, like, in terms of career progression, how much does a manager actually do?
The thing is, because I don't want to throw out like a percentage because that would be weird, but in every play that's made, I feel like usually I'm intertwined in some way. Even if I don't directly set up the session, I probably introduce Bankroll to someone that introduced them to someone that set it up. Or like, I can find my work somewhere in the play. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or if I don't, I'm now negotiating it. I'm negotiating the deal. I have to keep the relationship strong with that person. Maybe they met the artist, and now I'm connecting with the manager and keeping that relationship strong. So it's like, it's so, I have such a good workflow with them where I can trust them and they can trust me, and we can like bounce off each other. Like, hey, you're gonna text these beats to this artist, and I'm gonna send these beats to this A&R and this manager. It's like so collaborative in everything we do. But I can't take credit for their talent. Like, Bankroll's, the two of them, Joel and Taylor, their ear is so incredible. Like, I'll be in the studio when they're making a beat, and the thing that they start with, sometimes, a few times in my head, I don't say anything anymore, but I'm like, that's the melody that they're going to start this beat with. And they warp it into something I could never imagine. And it's the hardest shit ever. And the way that they approach music, they approach beats with a concept. So they'll be like, yo, I want to take a classical melody, something that sounds like Beethoven, and turn that into a trap strip club beat, up tempo. And it's like, they always have like a concept before they make beats. And it's like, they'll tell me that's like one of the most important parts, is like coming up with the idea. They don't just go in there and just bullshit. So I can't take credit for the talent, man. Their talent and their creativity is unmatched. But I fucking hustle my ass off and have made tons of plays. But, couldn't do it without them.
Music has to be good first. Like, could you have or I could be wrong, could you have like just a terrible ass artist that you could actually make some stuff happen with? Or does the music have to be good?
Could I do it? Yeah, probably.
So you think you could blow like a horrible artist up?
If I see something there. Like,
game's fucked up. That's so crazy.
Like,
so, I mean, like everyone collectively agrees in this room, this dude makes awful music. You can go make them somewhat successful.
It depends, bro. There just has to be something there.
Something marketable.
Yeah. Like, I'm just going to say like Riff-Raff, right? Does Riff-Raff make good music?
He has one incredible song.
He has some good records.
And
but
the freestyles.
Freestyles are amazing.
You ever heard of the Cocaine Cypher? It's like, Riff-Raff, you ain't got no kids. Bro, he ain't Cuz My Gear with Chief Keef. Terrible example. Let's do another one.
All right, but just say you have someone. Say Riff-Raff.
Let's say Irish Hercules is an artist. Because you heard my reference, remember?
Yeah, that shit was awful, bro.
That shit was amazing, bro.
No, all right, wait. I got to use Riff-Raff as an example, okay? Because Riff-Raff's image and personality is unmatched. Like, he's a fucking star. So sometimes, like, if someone's like an absolute star, but their music is terrible, I can work with that all day. Like, star power I actually think star power is harder to come across than
good music.
Good music, for sure. I hear good music all the time, but I'm like, okay, then be a songwriter. What makes you an artist?
What gives someone that star power?
Oh, I don't know.
Can you give me a little?
You're born with it, bro.
You think so?
Yeah.
You don't think you can cultivate it?
Some people develop into stars once they start seeing more success and they get their confidence there. But like that eccentric personality, nah, you can't teach that.
And it's also it's hard to gauge what the market would want in terms of personality too. I'll tell you though. I told you this story about Doja Cat, right?
No.
Bro, after I throw my show at the Middle East, and I hate to beat a dead horse here, but I sold out the downstairs, just so everyone knows. I know, I sold it out myself, going into every hood, sold 500 tickets, 700 tickets, whatever the fuck, just so everyone knows. Anyway, I was hanging around the Middle East at the Sonya, the upstairs venue?
Yeah.
And bro, like, I'm hearing all these, like, this is like 2 months after my show. I go into the Sonya, and there might be 60 girls there. And I look on the stage. I have no idea who's performing. But these fans are rabid.
Mm-hmm.
They're all wearing cow costumes and weird shit. And I'm like, who is this? Tiny little tour bus outside. I must ask the security guard, because I worked at the Middle East for a little bit. But I was like, who is this? They're like, oh, it's this artist Doja Cat. She's very active online. Bro, her fans were crazy for her. I remember thinking like, yo, I've never seen anything like this. Then like, here we are.
Yeah.
There was 80 people at that show. Tops.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them for real.
That's like the most fire thing is when you like go to a show like that, and then now she's probably one of the biggest artists in the world.
But that's something you probably have your eyes on, right? Like a very, very dedicated fan base.
Yeah. So I have a similar story. I was in Atlanta for A3C. It's like a music conference, and they do like these showcases with upcoming artists. And I was at one, probably had like 10, 12 different artists in the lineup. And by like the middle of the lineup, this place is packed. It's like this pretty big basement, packed wall to wall. And
Go ahead, you can grab it, no problem. Where were we?
so I was talking about.
Wait, sorry to cut you off. I just want to say one thing. You're a great guy.
You're a great guy, man. I appreciate you having me.
You
real.
don't know that yet. I'm the master snake.
Nah. You're a great guy, dude. You're super humble, and like you just be putting people on and connecting the dots, and like that shit is truly genuine.
Thank you, man. But again, I am the master snake. I have an ulterior motive.
All right, that's fine.
Where were we?
We all do. All right, so I was in
Dead ass, bro.
I was in Atlanta for A3C, which is like this music conference.
Got it.
And there's like a lot of upcoming artist showcases. And I'm at one. There's probably like 10, 12 artists in the lineup. And we're probably at the middle of the lineup, right? And the place is packed. Like it's a basement. It's packed, wall to wall. I was like, wow, this shit's filled up. And as soon as the artist that was on stage gets off stage, it clears out. And there's like probably 5 more artists that need to perform. And I'm like, at first I was like, is there a fight? Like why did everybody just rush outside? And I go outside and they're all taking pictures with this artist. And I've never heard of this artist before. So I go up to him and I was like, yo, are you signed? He's like, nah. I was like, you got a manager? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right, cool. Like, let me get your contact. I want you to come to the studio tomorrow. And this was Ola Runt. He had no music on Spotify, no music out. And he was packing out shows in Atlanta. And he comes to the studio. I have Bankroll there. And he is just freestyling in our face over like every beat Bankroll plays. Just like, and like his bars are like, what the fuck? Like, how is this dude doing this? And he's just an example of he walks in a room and he's a star. Like his presence, like he doesn't even have to really talk. He just has that presence, like
magnetism.
It's crazy. And he doesn't write anything down. And the craziest thing is he told me like he was locked up from, I want to say like 17 to 21. He was locked up for like 5 years. And he said while he was locked up, he was rapping, but didn't really take it seriously. And he got in trouble and they put him in the hole in solitary confinement for like a week. And it just hit him. All of a sudden, like while he was in solitary confinement, like he just started coming up with crazy like lyrics. And if you listen to Ola's music, bro, it's just like the shit he says is just crazy, bro. Like his punchlines is like ridiculous. Like there's no one in Atlanta that has bars like him. And not on some like lyrical miracle shit. Like he has melodies. Like he's comparable to like a thug flow wise. But yeah, check out Ola Runt, bro. Free Ola too.
Oh, he's in prison?
Yeah. But he'll be out next year. But anyways, that's just my example of like a star, like packing out shows, no music out. People want to take pictures with you. You show up to a studio session, you annihilate that shit.
Charisma.
It's just can't be taught.
Now, we talked about this last time too. I had heard of Yungeenace.
Mm-hmm.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Yungeenace, yeah.
I'd heard of him because of the Vanessa Carlton song. We talked about this last time.
Yeah.
So essentially, for every white kid growing up, it was like the song in White Chicks. Like, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, Terry Crews, yeah.
Yeah. And then they obviously put like lyrics on it about like mowing down an entire block of people.
Yeah.
So I remember I seen it in the news that Vanessa Carlton gave the okay on the sample. Now people were like freaking out. They're like, dude, like this is ridiculous. Were you part of that at all?
I was Yungeenace's A&R at the time, and when the record came out, it just exploded. And looking back, it's probably one of the best diss records of the last decade. But we were trying like crazy to clear that sample, and we weren't sure if it was going to happen. And then he was getting a lot of backlash because of the content of the record, and people saying it's violent and explicit, etc. And she reposted the record and like supported it. Was like, nah, like, and that was like, okay, cool, like we're good here, you know. And yeah, it got cleared, and that shit is iconic. Like
The music video's fire.
Music videos fire.
Creative.
Yeah, Yungeenace is incredible too, man. He has such a crazy story if you look into like what he went through in life. And anytime I'm with him, it's just like very positive and like very forward thinking about like investments, and like that's usually what I end up talking with him about, like taxes. And yeah, he's a great person.
Now, we also touched on this last time. So you're in a position where you actually can make moves in the music industry and you can help someone's career build up. For everyone who's on the independent hustle in Boston, Why Try included, what do Boston artists need to learn? What are they not understanding? What do they need to do to reach the next level in their career?
I'm just going to speak from my perspective when I was trying to make it in that scene. Until you come out to LA and you see artists that are sleeping on couches and still recording every single day, it's like, I feel like there's like not enough competition and there's not enough collaboration in Boston, where you don't see it like you do in LA or Atlanta, of just like what is really out there and how hard people are going, because that shit will push you to go harder. And then also the fact that like the Boston music scene is so much like alternative because you have Berkeley there. And so many of the venues are trying to put on like these alternative bands and like indie music, which is great, but it's not a very supportive rap scene. So I feel like you have to be in like Atlanta or LA to really, until there becomes like I say that, but then there is like a rap scene in Detroit, and there is a rap scene in Memphis, but those cities also have people that made it that are now like everybody that like, not everybody, but like so many of the artists that are signed to Yo Gotti are also from Memphis. And same with like in like Detroit, you had like Big Sean putting all these up and coming Detroit rappers like Sada Baby and shit on his songs. So you don't have someone that's really popped off to that level of like a Big Sean in Boston. And then even when people are coming up in Boston, you don't see like the biggest artist in Boston just throwing an up and coming Boston artist that he fucks with on his records a lot.
Millie's does that a lot, actually.
Okay.
He does. Millie's puts his Doogie Nipsey on all his records. Millie's just trying to bring up Boston artists as much as he can.
Yeah.
But let's just like make it super clear. What do Boston artists need to do more of?
Well, the thing about
almost as if you're speaking directly to Why Try.
Well, let me just speak about Millie's real quick. I think it's hard to say, but Millie's is killing it on the independent grind, and I'm sure he's benefiting a lot from that, and he has a lot of creative freedom. But there's also,
I mean, this is getting insane, bro. This is getting absolutely, bro. Just let me just fucking talk to the guy. Yo, boss, hold Yes.
Sorry about that. That was the guy who knocked on the door. I thought
It's all good, bro.
The snake pit, brother. It's the snake pit. All right. The Boston music thing. You're talking about Millie's. Go.
Yeah, so Millie's is killing it in the independent grind, right? And I'm sure he has a lot of freedom and reaping, financial benefits from that. And I don't know if the right move for him, it probably isn't the right move for him to go to a major label, but you can only get so big as an independent artist. Big Sean was signed to Good Music, and what were they under? Maybe Def Jam, right? Sometimes you need that machine to really break you into like that superstar level. And now Cousin Stiz, he did sign with a major label. So it just, I don't know. Like I said, there's so many factors that go into like an artist breaking into that next level of like, it's so fucking hard.
But I don't even want to speak about Millie's because he's already reached a certain level. I'm talking about independent artists who want to make the next step in Boston, who are doing everything independently.
What is the next step though? Like what?
Well, what does that mean to you, Why Try?
Are you on TikTok? Really?
He is.
also, like you said, coming to LA, going to New York, being in those spots. So I think for me, I'll talk from my perspective, it's about what are the things that I have to be doing to just get the first foot in the door to be able to do bigger things as Why Try.
Let me ask that question on Mike. Why Try said, what things does he need to be doing as a Boston artist to get his foot in the music industry?
Mm-hmm. So, all right, I'm going to answer the question way better now that I have like a understanding of what point the artist is at. Right now, every record is breaking from TikTok. So you said you already have stuff on TikTok and like content is so important. Now, here's how you can elevate your TikTok. You have a song that you're like really pushing, and here's what you can do. You can make a sped up version of that song. This is just an example, and put it on TikTok. And that sped up version, sometimes just because more sped up, or you could do like a certain type of drop on the song where the beat cuts out and there's like a vocal that is going to go crazy. You do like these little adjustments production wise to this record to make it more suitable to take off on TikTok. And then you also supplement that with just everyday videos of whatever you're passionate about, whether it's like fashion and you're doing fit check videos with your song in the background. You're just creating all these different types of content. And once that shit takes off on TikTok, every label's reaching out. Once you hit the viral Spotify chart, every label and every manager is blowing you up and they want to work with you. That is where every label is finding talent. So like, I really think there's these little hacks on TikTok, and it's all about like shifting your content to be more suitable for the platform and being consistent. Like you should be making 3 TikToks a day. Like on top of any other content that you're doing, you need to be making 3 TikToks a day and using that original sound and just like, and then all this promo is before the song comes out. And once that shit starts moving, you drop that shit and, it's like TikTok is the most even playing field. Like if it wasn't, every major label would just be like dropping bags and just like songs would be taking off. But most of the songs that you see, like, I shouldn't say most, but like a lot of the songs that you see take off on TikTok are independent artists. So that's how you know the playing field is fucking like, it's fair game. And I just think that shit is like, as corny as people like want to make TikTok seem, it is an unbelievable platform for breaking records right now.
There's your sauce, brother. There's your sauce. All right, man. Got to wrap it up.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me, bro. I hope I gave some good information for people trying to make it in the industry.
I think you did. I think you and I hopefully be friends for a long time.
Hell yeah, man.
It's the race to who makes a million first. You're on, brother.
Let's go, bro.
All right. This is how we start and end the episodes. You know. Hi, my name is blank, and this is my golden hour. Directly after, hi, my name is blank, and that was my golden hour. You fucked it up on the first episode.
Yeah.
But honestly, dude, you're so smart, so calculated, so calm that I think you got this.
I got it, bro.
All right, slay towards the camera.
Hey, this one right here. Hey, I'm Sean, and this is my golden hour. Hey, I'm Sean, and that was my golden hour.
Well executed, brethren. Thank you. Boom.